So Lemieux lost yesterday, and Mattysse lost yesterday, which leaves Golden Boy in peril in terms of building his brand. Um, and I will even go as far as to say Mattysse quit and Lemieux quit. And the reason why I say Lemieux quit is because when he got hit late in the eighth round, he looked at the ref either to get a knockdown count without him going down, which is called a standing eight, or he looked at him to find a way out, and he tried to be subtle about it. And what bothered me, I'll get off this, is that he said in the presser after the fight that he expected more power from Triple G. I don't know if that makes you laugh as much as it made me did, but imagine if Triple G had more power. The fight probably would have been over sooner, and he would have been even more unrecognizable. So, moving forward, Oscar De La Hoya really needs Canelo to beat Cotto. Um, what's the comeback for this? Canelo obviously can get a hell of a fight, and David Lemieux is casted down there with the B level fighters. Maybe an A. He probably can get an A level fight, but I don't see him win. I would love to see him against Lara. I would love to see how that fight go. Lara is the guy who's lost but hasn't really lost. That's what they say. So he can. I know. I just looking at Lara and how he fights in the ring. He probably views himself as an undefeated fighter, and so does his camp. Um, but if Oscar De La Hoya, excuse me, if Canelo loses to Cotto, wow. I actually interviewed. I'll post it. I interviewed one of Oscar De La Hoya's right hand man. I asked him, "How about if you guys go 0-3? What happens?" He basically said, I mean, we're given the, I'm paraphrasing what he's saying. I don't want to take this as a quote. We're basically giving the fight fans what they want, and keep in mind, years ago, Main Event did the same thing until they caught up in the 80s. So, wow. As you know, I live in LA. Um, I really want Golden Boy to thrive because the better Golden Boy is, the more fights I get to go to, and they possibly can be at StubHub Center. So I'm probably saying this for selfish reasons and not have to get on that 15 and go to Vegas. But I'm curious to see when the dust settles on this fight, the interviews that Oscar De La Hoya is going to say, because I mean, most reporters will ask Oscar, "You've gone 0-2. How important is this Canelo fight?" I may even set up something with Golden Boy to get some interviews sometime in the coming weeks leading up to this fight, or I can wait to fight week because Vegas is going to be jumping. But what I will say is the Latin community in LA, and and this goes without mentioning. If Oscar De La Hoya name is on it, they support it. On the outside of that, I don't know how well received it is, but I live in LA. If Oscar De La Hoya throws something, he's going to have a great fan base. Like his LA Fight Club here in LA sells out every month. The next one is November 6th. If you guys want to go, it's at the Belasco Center. I encourage you to get your tickets today, because the day of it is tickets are probably gone. You probably get individual seats, and he sells that out every month. So, and he also has something in Palm Springs, Fantasy Springs, excuse me. But I want Oscar De La Hoya to succeed for selfish reasons, one, and two, we need boxing needs regional stars that goes up to be national stars. Like Canelo Alvarez, like Oscar De La Hoya, like Manny Pacquiao. Um, you know, um, we'll just have to wait and see. Um, Again, like I said, I'm rooting for. I don't want to make this redundant or rhetorical, but let's just hypothetically say Canelo loses. I would say that fight is 60-40, leaning towards Canelo. What happens? What's next? Does he's not in? I don't think he's in position to get to sign these top stars. We don't know his farm system, meaning the fighters that he's grooming. Um, what will be next? Canelo will probably step in immediately and get a big fight, whoever that may be. However, he's suing Al Haymon. So Al Haymon is probably sitting back. I would say Premier Boxing Channel, because it's more sitting back like, if Cotto beats him, he needs Al Haymon, because Mattysse needs a fight at 140. And he would have to go ask Al Haymon for the fight. You know, it's funny how no matter what you do in the sport of boxing, and this replicates life as well, it always comes back full circle. You know, like you go to a random store and you need something. Next thing you know, the guy you had a disagreement with is the manager of the store. You know, or you go to a mixed social gathering and your ex-girlfriend is dating one of your not in your outer circle friends. You know, it just works out that way. I do believe the lawsuit will be dropped and or settled out of court, just because that's the reality of the sport. You know, if he sues him for $300 million and win, I mean, they will never ever fight each other in terms of the fighters, and boxing fans will lose. So I definitely can't see that happening. So arbitrators will definitely take care of that. But if Canelo loses, PBC and its officials are sitting back like, told you so. So we'll have to wait and see. November 21st, I'll be covering that fight, and I look forward to bringing you guys more content. But let me know what you guys think. What happens to Golden Boy Promotions? We all know the last 3 years has been rough on Oscar De La Hoya's personal life, his business life, and what will happen if Golden Boy goes 0-3 this fall. But I will say, I was very excited to see Triple G fight, more so on the Triple G side than the David Lemieux side, but I was still excited to watch the fight. And who's not excited about Canelo Cotto? And Mattysse Postal wasn't as exciting, but I enjoyed watching the machine go to work, meaning Mattysse, because he's an action fighter, as we would say. But Golden Boy's in trouble if they lose this third fight in terms of branding itself. And they don't, if Canelo loses, they have no star. Every other promotion companies have stars, you know, from K9 to PBC to everyone else in between. So even Mayweather Promotions has a star, Floyd Mayweather, because I believe he's coming back. So let me know what you guys think. Barbershop Conversations, I appreciate you guys' support. What happens to Golden Boy Promotions November 22nd if Canelo loses? They'll be 0-3 in major fights in less than 2 months, in less than 60 days. Barbershop Conversations, appreciate you guys' support. Talk to you soon.